MAGA supporters are starting to find out exactly what they voted for. And the thing is, when they went to vote, they didn't care about Trump screwing over other people. They wanted him to screw over other people. Well, now they're finding out these policies don't discriminate. They screw over everyone except the billionaire class. Let's put up a tale of two tweets. Austin Peterson is going through some things. He tweeted in 2024 of July, "I'm voting for Donald Trump for the economy and to own the libs." As we all know, this is a core principle for MAGA, owning the libs. Well, current May of 2025, Austin Peterson tweets, "Well, there went my shoe business. I don't understand why the tariffs have to eliminate the de minimis exemption. Why does government punish small businesses in this country, knowing full well that Nike and all the big brands will be fine paying the taxes, but Steffi and I get wiped out? That's because you voted for a man that is a criminal and who is only advancing the cause of his billionaire friends."
What I find interesting is he's all pro-Trump. And then in his tweet, he says, well, it's Trump. Trump did it. He is the one single-handedly responsible for the tariffs and tanking both the domestic and global economy. So that's who his problem's with.
Yeah, but let's not let any of the sycophants around Trump off the hook. When he says they, it is a cast of characters who are locked in and loaded, ready to dismantle the American economy, be welfare queens off of hardworking taxpayers like this man who only thought he was going to go after brown people, black people, gay people, and immigrants. He didn't realize that they would come after him as well. Next up, it's important to note that the entire MAGA universe is all smoke and mirrors. Yes, they have millions of supporters, but I have long thought it is not to the volume that they propose it is. And here's why. You have Elon Musk that owns Twitter. You have Russia, who has been propagandizing on social media for a decade. You have Mark Zuckerberg, who lately has been, he's felt neutered. And he went on the podcast and said he felt really neutered and he needed to be a big boy out on social media. So all the algorithms are rigged to look like there is this inflated MAGA support. And here's an example of what they do. This is from back a year or so ago, but put this up. Look at all of these accounts, all saying the exact same thing at the exact same time. This is a coordinated robotic attack, all with the same message. All of these accounts have 0 followers. The situation is the right-wing media propaganda machine puts out this misinformation and disinformation via all of these robotic accounts, these troll accounts. And then they get amplified and re-amplified and re-amplified. And on the beta male form of Twitter, they go hard in the paint when they see that something is amplified. They're like, oh yeah, they feel like they're in the majority. And because these people, for them, critical thinking is painful. It's painful to critically think. And I know you think it's funny, but it's true. When people have been deeply indoctrinated into thinking a certain way, critical thinking is very disorienting for them. So having this huge robot base put out all of this misinformation and disinformation makes them feel like there's value in numbers.
Well, and then they go on Fox News and it all echoes that, because the messaging for the right wing is outstanding. I mean, we can all agree they have killed it in the misinformation propaganda department, but they go on Fox News and they never leave that bubble. All their friends do it. The people online, they think they're part of the majority. Then they turn on Fox News and Sean Hannity and Jesse Waters are saying the same thing. So they feel vindicated all the time.
Yes. And again, one of their core focuses is hashtag owning the libs. They always say, I'm going to have to get a farm for all the libs I own. Imagine that your entire political identity is just proving the other political party within your country wrong. And this has been a play that Vladimir Putin has played the long game with. It seems really shallow and vapid, and it is, but Vladimir Putin and some of our other adversaries have thought if we can get discourse in the American public and get them fighting with each other and get their eye off the ball, that will help dismantle America and make it easier for us to completely dismantle the entire American government. Plus, they appointed got elected a man who they rigged the algorithms for, who is deeply compromised financially by Russia, and I think probably other ways. And of course, I'm talking about Donald Trump, who consistently looks in the camera and lies. Either he's demented or he's intentionally lying when he says that Ukraine started the war. This is a lie. And if any other American president said something like this, you'll remember Joe Biden would lose his train of thought. He was older. And so now that everybody's like, oh my God, everybody covered for Joe Biden. What are y'all doing for Donald Trump? I mean, it is a cover up of epic proportions. The fact that nobody in his administration, not one person, when he went out of the White House to meet the Prime Minister of Canada, and he had this severe makeup line, and not one person in the White House said, sir, we need to do a little blending. This is going to be on the global news, and you look ridiculous. You look like you dusted in a bag of Cheetos. Nobody says anything like that to him because he does everything with impunity, even wears bad makeup with impunity.
Well, and I always wonder, where's the adult in the room? Where's the person on the other side of the, an economist saying, this is what's going to happen with tariffs. This is what's going to happen with the stock market. But what we've come to understand, and I don't think anything illustrates that more than the fact that he doesn't blend his makeup, that no one tells him how bad it looks. He is surrounded by yes men that tell him how great he is. I mean, you go to those cabinet meetings and it's repulsive how flowery and effusive they are about him. But he doesn't have anyone in his administration that's competent. And if they were to be competent, they will not disagree with him because the leader is always right. It's authoritarian and fascist to the core.
All right. Next up, we have a MAGA CEO who's going through some things. Play the clip.
Trump, as a longtime supporter of your mission and to make America great again, I want to be a part of that with you. But we e-commerce companies all across the United States, we need more time. Give us a 90-day off-ramp to get off of our China goods and just tell us the plan. If you tell us the plan, we can operate and we can know what to do. The hard part about everything that's happening right now is we're trying to manage our business from day to day, and that's very difficult. And a lot of small businesses, they don't have the cash flow to get through a 90-day negotiation, and it's going to devastate a lot of businesses like Cuts. You know, I'm in a group chat with $1 billion worth of small businesses. And there's several in there that are telling me, hey, Stephen, 30 days or 60 days, we might not be able to make it. There's been too many adjustments to the supply chain that are just being really devastating on our business. 145% is essentially an embargo. And I
think it's really revealing that he says that he's pleading to MAGA, tell me what the plan is. Mm-hmm. Tell me what the plan is. Per Republicans, for as long as I can remember, and this includes MAGA, they had a laissez-faire style of economics, which is hands-off. Why are these people, they want it both ways. They want to be able to be MAGA tough guys and hide the fact that they have low T or whatever the issues, Freudian issues are behind that. But they also realize they have a survival thing. So this is where you see these people that are fully indoctrinated into this cult. And instead of doing the obvious thing, saying, I messed up, and I'm going to get every single person in this group text to realize that we all messed up and we were hoodwinked and we should have known better, but we didn't. We got wrapped up into all the, lock her up, make America great again, immigrants are terrible bullshit. And now we're suffering. He can't do that. He cannot do that because these people have no moral backbone and no courage. They don't live in reality. Instead, he says, tell me what to do. Show me the off-ramp. Tell me what the game plan is, Trump and MAGA. And what's so ironic about this is it perfectly illustrates how MAGA always uses projection. They call the left your sheep. But listen to him. He can't even come up with his own business plan, which the most obvious thing that this American country needs to do right now is lean into the private sector. And the private sector needs to unite from small businesses all the way up to the S&P 500s. CEOs need to go stand on the steps of the Capitol and demand that guardrails and investigations and inspectors general, everybody be reinstated. And they need to dig deep into all the illegal bullshit that Trump is doing, because he's causing brand damage to the United States of America and all of its businesses for decades. But instead, they're begging online for Trump to tell them what to do when that man does not know come here from Sikkim.
Right now, while privacy is so important and we are seeing our private information leaked online, computers hacked into for our private information, now it is more important than ever to be secure when you're online. And that makes DeleteMe a quick and easy, safe way to remove your personal data online at a time when surveillance and data breaches are common enough to make everyone vulnerable. Having your address, phone number, and family members' names hanging out on the internet can have actual consequences in the real world and makes everyone vulnerable. And as someone who is a public figure, I cannot tell you how much solace I get from knowing that my personal information is protected by DeleteMe. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe. Now at a special discount for our listeners. Today, get 20% off your DeleteMe plan by texting IHIP to 64000. The only way to get 20% off is to text IHIP, that's IHIP, to 64,000. That's IHIP to 64,000, 64000. Message and data rates may apply. Well, I think everything you said is very well put. The only thing I would add is the reason Trump can't tell you where we're going to be in 30, 60, 90 days is because he doesn't have a plan. He's never had a plan. He lies about tariffs and says they're not taxes. He knows it's going to tank the economy. He probably wants it to tank the economy, but there is no plan. There is no economist in the room saying, here is how steps A through Z, how we make this work. There's no one doing this. It's temper tantrums. It's, I'm going to do this against China. Canada needs to be our 51st state. There is no plan. So small business owners and large business owners and consumers are all at the mercy of an unhinged, convicted felon.
Okay, next up we have a headline. Put this up. Trump grew angry over a Biden-era program with the word equity in its name. So he ended it. But a key part of the program was sending money to red states to expand internet access in rural/MAGA country. Now they might not get it. This is from the New Republic, Greg Sargent. So think about this. They are so triggered. MAGA is so triggered by the word equity that they are going to screw over their own supporters deep in these red counties that, quite frankly, they need better internet access. By chance, they might run across the Associated Press or anybody that might give them both sides to the story or just the factual side to the story. Next up, we have MAGA is coming for pensions. Trump isn't the only one targeting federal employees. House Republicans, and we need to start calling them MAGA Republicans, CNN, are pushing cuts to pension benefits. And here's an excerpt from this story. After months of contending with the Trump administration's multi-pronged effort to downsize the federal workforce, government employees are now facing the possibility of another major change that could push even more of them out the door. House Republicans are looking to make several big adjustments to federal workers' retirement benefits to help pay for the party's sweeping tax and spending cuts package. It goes on, and I want to say this until I'm blue in the face. They are going after the working class so that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the neutered Mark Zuckerberg don't have to pay taxes. This has been a con. This is the long con, and MAGA continues to go along with it and get on social media and beg Donald Trump for instructions and an off-ramp.
Well, is it the cult? I mean, I really question, is it because they can't talk anything factual about their their dear leader? They have to say it's somebody else's fault, not Trump? Or do you think they're in denial and think that he'll actually help them? I mean, I think it's a toss-up.
Well, I think with that most recent story, it is MAGA's coming after pensions. And what they do is they tell the working class, they say, oh, this is the deep state. They're sucking off the government. Meanwhile, the people who are voting for this are also federal employees that basically game the stock market with insider information and get richer, richer, richer. I think this is what the Republican Party has done forever. They lie to the public to make the rich richer, and they have a base that is feels pain when they have to critically think. It really causes them immense pain. So it's easier to just go along with this owning the libs and, oh my God, the deep state. When in actuality, Trump and his administration have fired any objective person in government. And now they're putting in the deep state. Okay, that's all we have for this episode. Please subscribe and we'll see you all later.